Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Ohayocon 2017 with my lovely gal pal, Miss Monica Rial.
Hi, what's up, everybody?
Alrighty, so it's been a while since the last time we got the chance to talk to you. It's been over 4 years. It was at ColossalCon 2013. How have you been since then?
Busy. Busy. I wouldn't have it any other way. Forgive me. So yeah, busy. And then did I mention I was busy? But yes, it's been great. I mean, we've started the whole broadcast dub movement has really taken over. I've been busy script adapting. So it's been great. It's a great time for anime. Holy moly. Busy.
I remember like last time you're like a little slow on the pace and projects coming in, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, yeah. So last time we got to talk about was Panty and Stocking, and Gainax teased a season 2. What are your thoughts?
I would love for there to be a season 2. I would love for there to be a season 2. But so far, all they've said is it's not a pachinko game. Which, thanks, Skynax, that it's not a pachinko game. Don't get me wrong, I love pachinko, but that's all you give me. And that there are going to be some cafes, none of which are in the States, so, because I want to go to one. And a little things like that. And they said there'll be a new project, but they didn't say what. So I'm really, really hopeful, as I'm sure a lot of the fans are, that it will be something animated, maybe. And not a pachinko game or a cell phone game or something like that. So I would love to do more of that, definitely.
And my favorite is it's just your silhouettes too. So there's no like actual like drawing or anything. It's just the silhouettes that you could totally tell were like ripped from the show and just like slapped up there. That's my favorite part.
I'm telling you, my Twitter went insane.
I know. I remember. I was watching.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
As soon as those came out, I was hit up by like Jamie and I were like, "Holy crap! What happened? Our Twitters are like." And it was all everybody going, "Oh my God, season 2! I'm like, wait, everybody calm down. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I would love for that to be the case, but until we get clarification, I'm just going to say it would be nice, but I'm kind of just expecting Panty and Stocking cookies at this point. We'll see what happens.
That's fine by me.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Dragon Ball Super is being worked on. How's it to reprise your role as Bulma, and how's it to be in the new show? I mean, you got to work on the 2 new films, and they were very massively successful in the States, which blew a lot of people away. I mean, you literally said, "Hey, Miyazaki, we're here. We actually exist now in your realm of movies. So, hey, Disney, how's it going? You know, Funimation, Universal, we're working together. So." Have fun, you know. So what's it like to now have Super on TV? I mean, because you guys are just now finishing Kai, and you know we talked to Kyle about that. So what's it like to have Kai and Super being jointly worked on, and you get to be Bulma?
Well, I mean, what's crazy is, and I think I'm allowed to say this, but if not, oh well. We finished Kai a while back.
Right,
we just kind of, it was kind of in limbo.
Well, it's now showing up on TV.
Right, it's just now showing, which is great because I was worried that they weren't going to show it at all, which made me very sad because the second half, the Boo Saga, there's some really great work that's being done by the actors who are being able to revisit these roles that, you know, it gets really dark. And so we're getting to really get into that acting and it's awesome. And I was worried nobody would get to see that. But yeah, Resurrection F's freaked everybody out.
I know. It was like number 8 on like the all-time like movie sales. Number 5 now?
In the country.
Yeah.
So when it premiered, I don't know about movie sales, but I know when it premiered, it one time it was the number 5 movie in the country and it was in limited release.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know.
But yeah, being a part of Super is freaking phenomenal. I love it because Bulma is no longer in the back seat anymore. She's kind of taken she's much more involved in the story. I think that the characters are so much more remarkable.
Yeah.
The dynamics between the characters. Some of my favorite scenes that I've had are between Bulma and Whis. Yeah, and me and Ian Sinclair working back and forth. So I'm really excited, and the excitement of the fans is what really gets to me. When you guys tweet and, you know, come up to me with Dragon Ball stuff, that is so, it means so much, and I'm so excited to be a part of it.
I follow you on Twitter, so I know everything you're talking about. And my favorite part is that they teased a potential second child between you and Sabbath. Between you and Vegeta. I was like, that's hilarious that Monica has to have another kid with Sabbath, and it's supposed to...
No. Bulma has another kid with Vegeta, let's clarify. Because the next thing you know, that's going to be all over the internet. Monica and
we were talking to you a couple years ago. You now are on Western Animation working on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I mean, that was a really big deal for you. I mean, you know, when we talk about voice actors in animation, you know, they're like, well, it's primarily anime. And then, of course, you get that trickle of guys that get into Western animation. So what's it like to work on that? Of course, you get to hang out with Master Shake, Meatwad, and Frylock. So what's it like?
I wish I could say that I actually got to hang out with them, but I did my stuff by patch in Dallas. I never even got to. I mean, I know the guys. Don't get me wrong. I've met them and we've hung out, and I love Dana and Carrie Means and all those guys. But I didn't actually get to record with them, which was so sad to me. But it was really, really fun to be a part of that process. It was very strange. They just found me kind of out of obscurity. I guess somebody at Cartoon Network is an anime fan, and they saw this character that's like a Dora the Explorer knockoff that speaks Spanish and is really cute, but has this darker, evil side, and they were like, Monica Rial! Because they literally called my agent and were like, hey, you want to audition for this? I'm like, yes. And then when I auditioned, they just used my audition for the show. I was like, okay, that works too. So it was great, and I really hope to do more of that. Not that I want to ditch anime. I absolutely love anime. But just to get out and do different things and kind of dip your toes into other waters and see how it is. But I enjoyed it a lot. Super fun.
I saw the clip that you had posted, and I actually really enjoyed it. Your character fits that show really well.
Super fun.
Yeah, so in our last interview, you talked about your vocal range, and you had talked about it yesterday, actually, at a panel we were at, and that, sometimes people don't think you can do low. And that's very surprising because my first actual introduction to you was Joe and Burst Angel, which is low. And that's the thing is, like, now that I hear you more often, I get why everybody thinks you're up here, but that's the best part is that you can play those low characters. So why do you think some people don't think you can do it? Is it just because you're always cast, up here, or?
I think that's exactly what it is that this is my natural speaking voice, right? So it's way easier to cast me as a young teenager or child or something like that than to try to get I love Stephanie Young.
But she's got like this kind of voice. So if you try to make her sound like a child, it's not going to work.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I can sound like a child. Like I do sound like a child. Yeah, and Lucy. So it's like there's a group of us. So we tend to get typecast a lot, not because it's a negative thing, but just because it makes sense. We already sound like kids. But at Funimation lately, I've mentioned to people like, hey, I like to be challenged. I want you guys to challenge me. Find me things that I've never done before. And they've taken me up on that. Clifford Chapin just cast me in a show that I can't announce. But I play an old lady, and I'd never done that before. I do a lot of more of the lower voice stuff. So that's kind of nice. They're letting me get out of that typecasting, but I still love my little girls. I don't ever want that to go away.
I still love my little girls. Alrighty, so in our last interview, you talked about Michiko and Hatchin, which, oh my lord, was good, especially considering Maxie Whitehead had to play off of you. Oh my goodness, you are a tough lady, because you're very seductive and a total killer. So was it like playing her?
I absolutely loved Michiko. She was hardcore, but at the same time, she has a vulnerability about her that I really, really, really loved.
And it slowly builds throughout the whole series that you see it come out from her.
And that's the thing is, I love the dynamic between the two. Hatchin and Jade Sexton and I had talked about it. Like Hatchin kind of starts off kind of soft around the edges and hard on the inside, and Michiko's hard on the outside and soft on the inside, and they kind of switch places as the show continues. And I love, like, in the beginning you see Hatchin cooking breakfast for her family, and at the very end of the episodes you see Michiko cooking breakfast for Hatchin, and I just love how the whole relationship comes full circle.
Well, one of my favorite episodes that hit me pretty hard is when I think it's when her character starts to actually truly feel love, and she has to give it up, and she looks at you and goes, why does it have to hurt so much? She looks at her, I'm like crying because I'm like, it really hurts that much, because I'm like, wow, like this is a, the character has to be, 8 years old or whatever in the show, and she has to like feel all these adult emotions so early, and just like looks at you like, how can you be this way as a woman? And oh man, that was a tough episode. And I don't remember who directed that one, but Bevins, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He gave the right direction in that episode, because that was, whoo, boy. That was really surprised though with Leah Clark in that first episode, tearing into Maxie. She slaps her like hard.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. She was the snotty.
I was like, that's not Leah. That's not my little Leah. No. So again, we're gonna follow up with the best,
I don't know whose birthday it is, but happy birthday, mofos! Anime cons. You never know what's gonna happen. Oh, Sabrina. It's Sabrina's birthday. She hug from Goku. And he's shirtless. You never know what's going to happen at these things, right?
Yeah.
Ta-da! Happy birthday, Sabrina!
Okay, so following up with that, is there any projects you want your fans to know about at this time that we know you're allowed to talk about? As you discussed earlier, you had one in the wings, you know.
I've got a few in the wings because we're in that little period between broadcast dub seasons where the Japanese shows have premiered and we've started working on them, but we haven't announced casts yet.
Ones, yeah.
So there's only one that I can talk about right now, and I don't know if it's Akiba's Strip or Akiba's Trip. Either way, it's AKIBASTRIP. You do with that what you will. And I have a great little character on that show, Tejasvi. And then, let's see, what else can I talk about I think that might be out. I will say that there's this great game that I think on the PS4 now you can play a demo. And you might hear some familiar voices, and it might have something to do with Tails. So check that out. And then Dragon Ball, of course, Super and Kai on Toonami. So check that out. And I think that's all I can announce right now, but stay tuned. There's more coming.
Alrighty, and of course we can always follow you on Twitter. You have a great group of people that run your Facebook page, by the way. I love them. I'm friends with them. They're great. They're the really great moderators and great fans. I love them. You have an Instagram, don't you? Or yeah.
At Realisms, just like my Twitter, which is at RIALISMS. Yes. And I have a Snapchat, but I haven't really figured out how to work that yet. So I've done like one snap, so.
Okay, and then other than being able to follow you online, is there a message you want to get out to all your wonderful fans that are watching right now?
Yeah, you guys, I love you. Thank you for being so supportive. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I've been signing all day, and I feel the love. I also feel the sweat and the stink, so I'm sorry, Cameron.
No, I'm the same way. It's fine.
I'm like, whoo! But yeah, you guys are awesome, and I so appreciate everything and the messages, the love that I get on Twitter, Facebook. I do, because everybody's so awesome, and I love you all, and thank you. And hopefully I get to meet you all at conventions if I haven't. I thought it was somebody else's birthday. I'm like, and happy birthday, Sabrina.
Alrighty, thanks, Monica. We love you.
So good to see you guys again.
Yeah.
It won't be another 2 or 3 years.
Well, and I want fans to know this, that I remember that you posted on your Facebook page, your fan Facebook page, you said, look, listen, I want everyone to see me, so I have to be very, very selective on where I go. So if I don't get to see you, I apologize, but I need to get out to everyone. So if you ask me to come to the same town, I'm going to only go to one. And you're very fair on that, too. That's what I want people to understand. Monica's fair. She's very fair on where she goes.
Now, there is one con, Shudocon, that every year they're like, you want to come back to Shudocon? And I'm like, yes. So there's the one con that I go to every year, so I'm sure Michigan is like sick of Monica. But everywhere else, I try to kind of vary it up. But yeah, and also if you guys ever want to see me at a local convention and you don't know how to do that, contact the guest relations staff. Contact the con and say, I want to see Monica Rial, and here's her Twitter, and get in touch with her. Because we have to be invited. A lot of people don't know that guests need to be invited to go. So.
Alrighty.
Yay!
Yay!
Thanks, you guys.